Can y'all hear me? Mute, 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 mute. Mm-hmm. Morals and values. When I say P, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean C. You dig it what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Fall little, fun shui. You dig it? Bienvenue in podcast Z, man. Welcome to the Z podcast. Today, morals and values. Morals and values and ethics. Expectations and standards. Morals and values go in alignment. Standards and expectations. And standards and expectations is people who use guidelines and posts to measure if they're getting progress or not. And if you're not using any guideline or expectations or posts or any way to view your progress in life, then what are you doing? There's a lot of people out here right now who are unsure about themselves and what to do and where they're going with their life and what's their destiny and what's their path and what's their purpose. You ain't got to be confused nor uncertain about what you're here to do. If you know how to use your expect standards to your advantage. It's a lot of people who using expectations and standards as a way to mitigate or control. Shout out to everybody in the chat that just joined up. Is this still working for me? What is it looking like for me, y'all? It's constantly loading and it's a little delayed though, man. No sound detected. Check your audio settings. With this Wi-Fi that I'm using right now. Hopefully y'all can still hear me though. So yeah, what is a value? What is a standard? What ethic? A value is something you do every day. It's something you amen out of. It's something you thrill out of. It's something you get positive feelings. Sometimes you get negative feelings. But a value is something you do consistently no matter how you feel. People go to work. People used to go to work, right? Just to go to work even if they felt bad about it. Why? Because they understood the value of having that job. I taught the value of things in life until we get a certain age. And then once we get to like a certain age, that's when like we learn certain stuff. We learn family values and culture values, but we don't really learn like how to value our individual as a person. Shout out to the people in the chat. We really just be forgetting on what's important with things. Let's say values have been turned into control. That's the best way I can put it. And we got people out here who are literally doing whatever to try to make another person happy just because it looks good to them. People trying to meet other people's expectations just because it look good to them. And that ain't always the case, and that ain't what it's about. You shouldn't be doing what look good to somebody else just because their approval, because then you seeking their approval. Eventually you're going to fail to realize that you're not meeting somebody's expectations. You're not being realistic. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Pluto, Rude, Scorpio. It's the same thing, vice versa. It's a lot of people here who just be doing whatever for somebody else and not doing for themselves when you should be realizing that we all are really selfish. Ain't nobody here really innocent. We all, to an extent, are selfish. Values is something you do every day. Values is something a person, you wake up and brush your teeth every day, do you not, before you start your day? That is a value. You wake up and before you go outside, you put your shoes on, right? That is a value. Some people value shoes so much that they got a whole collection of them. Some people value relationships. Everybody values something different. Nobody values the same exact thing. Nobody is here. Hold on. Let me fix that. Nobody is here to babysit, take care of anybody, sugarcoat, do anything for nobody. You got to meet your own standards and expectations. And the bed you lay is the bed you got to lay in. Like, you got to lay in that bed. You got to be in that bed. Can't nobody else make your bed for you. Can't nobody else change your life for you. Your standards and your expectations is coming from, a lot of times we get programmed with this stuff. A lot of times we get taught that these expectations and programs and beliefs is okay to have. And it's not. It's not okay. Because we get stuck. We get stuck in what's not real. We get stuck in perceptions of things because of an expectation or a standard. We literally got cognitive biases. It really hinders people and blocks people from achieving their goals in life. All right, good. I'm glad I was able to fix. People be getting lost and not remembering who they are and not focusing on what's important in life. You got to do something consistently, even if you don't feel like it. Do something consistently, even if it hurts, because you understand the value of it. I can keep going to work at a job that I know for me, that I probably giving me a hard time. No, it is giving me a hard time. Coworker, that one coworker, right, at these jobs, right? Well, that's because people don't know how to value people. People don't know how to value themselves. You can't see the value in yourself if you don't even know how to see the value in others. And if you don't know how to see the value in others, then you don't know how to see value in anything in life. And if you don't see value in anything in life, what type of person make you? I'm just a messenger. Standards. You can set the bar so low in life that you don't even remember who you are. Your standards can be changed. Your quality of life won't stay the same if you don't keep up a certain standard. Your values can be your standards as well, because what you value is setting the standard for what you want to do for yourself, who you are, and what you stand for. So a lot of people don't stand for nothing. They don't stand for nothing. They'll do anything, fall for anything, go for anything, do for anything. It's a lot of people who won't even be in tune with themselves. They'll be just disconnected. In 2025, though, we are going into a different time and a better time. I would like to say, I would like to think, I would like to put positivity out into the world and not make it seem like that, it's all about chaos and it's the end of the world and it's in fall times. Yeah, that's cool too. Just don't be playing dog eat hollow when you get caught up, because you're trying to live up amongst other standards and values that ain't socially, uh, spiritually, religiously, mentally, emotionally in alignment with who you are. I'm not going to come here and give y'all unrealistic viewpoints and point of views and standards on life. Who am I to tell you what you should believe in? Who am I to tell you what you need to believe in, right? I've been got over that stage. I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince you to make it seem like I know something. I don't really know nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if you listening to the message, then you will get the message. Standards and values, morals and principles. This the message. People can't get the message because they too busy of what they thinking in their head of how it should come to them. Sometimes your manifestation can be manifesting and you don't even know it because you don't even know how to acknowledge one manifestation. You don't know how to acknowledge God one time. I ain't even no religious person. I ain't even make it seem like this about Christianity or God. But when somebody or God bring it what you want in your life that you've been thinking about, praying on or praying for, wishing and hoping that you can get right and achieve, and you finally get it. And then once you finally get it, you don't even be grateful to the user, man. Thank you. 0896. You get what you want and then you don't even know how to value it. You get what you want and then you don't even know how to be grateful for it. It's a lot of people who don't know how to value things in life because they don't know how to be grateful for it, because they don't see the value in it. They don't know the values. A lot of people don't know what values is, and it's not something that should be like euphoria to people. It should be something people should know. You should know these things. Like, you telling me based off a person's skin color or whatever the situation may be, right, that it can be you telling me that you don't know how to see the value in a person because of a belief that the skin of a person is bad. There's a lot of people like that. You know, I've had conversations with all kind of people, Spanish, white, all name it. Damn, just about everything. You name it, and you telling me your beliefs, your paradigms, your way of thinking, your thoughts really can hinder you from even who you really need to be in life, cause you stuck, and you got the ego, and you just ignorant. A lot of people don't know how to accept things and take things for what it is the first time, because they don't know how to value it. So they got to go through a cycle. I ain't lying. I ain't lying to you. I ain't got a lot to you. Stuck in a cycle. Stuck in a trap. If you want to be able to grow and evolve, you got to know how to change your morals in a healthy way. You got to know how to stay in alignment with your values in a healthy way. You got to know how to communicate with yourself in a healthy way. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't stay in tune with what's really real and what's not real. They getting sidetracked with what they want to be. They getting sidetracked with what they want to be. You could be yourself and don't got to change up your values. Don't got to change up your morals or your character. You could be yourself and still love others in a healthy way. You could still value others in a healthy way without up who you are, without changing who you are, without trying to recreate something else that you're not really that. I'm just keeping it real. You know, it's a lot of people out here, and it's a Thanksgiving right now, right? So y'all enjoying y'all food. Y'all enjoying y'all stuff, food. You know, have a good time. Family, kick it, relax, have a good time. But don't get confused. You still need to focus on values and growth and development. You still need to make good choices for yourself and your future. You know, have fun, drink, celebrate what you're going to do. But make sure you stay on top of your game, because when next year come around, 2026, whole playing games with a lot of people. People finna be left behind. Like I said, the reality of 2025. If you haven't checked out that live already, you can check it out on YouTube, Planet Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all enjoy y'all food and drinks and all that. Yeah, I ain't got a plate right now. Y'all got some plates to bring me? Can y'all bring me a plate? Bring me some plates right now. Shit, I ain't lying to you. But as I was saying, you know, just make sure y'all really check in with yourselves and look at yourselves and Make sure you good. You can lose yourself out here for real. You can lose yourself out here. A lot of people ain't coming back. They ain't coming back from who they used to be and what they used to do. And a lot of y'all just scrolling and not paying attention to your life and how you getting left behind. You don't know yourself. You don't know what your core values and what you think and believe, because you for so long that they had you thinking and believing that what you was interested in is what they supposed to be interested in, but that's not what you're supposed to be interested in. You're supposed to be everybody else doing. You not. What happened to when families and friends, everybody valued something together and that kept them together? That don't be keeping people together no more. People be losing their ways, and now it's up to the younger ones who was after to try to keep in contact with else who it's like everybody scattered all over the place. So then who finna be the one to take on the mental responsibility and the mental capacity and the emotional capacity? Look, y'all gotta know yourself first. Sometimes you gotta know yourself before you could try to be around everybody else. Because if you're around everybody else and you don't know yourself, you gonna try to get in somebody else's lane. I done seen it happen plenty of times. Crashed out. Getting into it with people. You get into it with people because you in their lane. You should have been in your own lane. You gotta look at yourself. Take responsibility for yourself. Accountability for yourself. People don't want to hear that every day, all day. So I don't give y'all that every day, all day. I don't get on live every day, all day to tell y'all that. But to tell y'all now, you need to know the values in things and the meaning in things, because if you ain't seeing the meaning in you consuming nothing but low vibrational stuff, what you think is gonna happen? I'm on a high frequency right now. I'm on a high vibration right now. I ain't got no choice but to win in life when I'm radiating high, because I'm in alignment. You ain't got no choice but to get the things that's meant for you to have, because you in alignment. You gotta stay in alignment. But how can you be in alignment and you don't know yourself and your values and your beliefs, and you don't even know why your arm be twitching every now and then, but you just know it do it. You don't even certain body parts be doing certain stuff, but you just know it does it, cause you don't know yourself. A lot of y'all dudes out here, it's a lot of y'all dudes out here. A female know how to control yourself, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. She done mastered you. She done conquered you. Ryan Beast, man, you showing up, man. You done spent the block 2 times, man. Shout out to everybody in the, man, everybody in the chat, man, who all just came through and stopped by. We got a lot of y'all. You know, and don't get it twisted. It's okay to be a little imaginative, have an imagination and have a open mind, an optimistic mindset about things in life, because that's the same thing that can get you somewhere. You gotta have an optimistic mindset in life in order to like really want to be somewhere in life. I'm not gonna make it seem like you gotta always be in a certain mindset. Now, if you want to achieve what you want to achieve, you're gonna have to be in a certain mindset faster. Yes, you're gonna have to think about it. You're gonna have to become it. You're gonna have to, and your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your character become your destiny. And you become something, you could definitely get in alignment with it. You gotta already know that it's yours, though. You gotta believe and see it. You gotta feel it. But you can't do that. You don't know yourself. You can't do that. You trying to be like everybody else. If you still getting into it with you, if you a person and you still getting into it with people in 2025, you need to look at yourself and look at how you might be involved with the situation, and look at how they could be a resemblance to you. Cause ain't no way somebody else wanna just come in your life and give you a hard time. There is people out here who will intentionally try to make your life more miserable or more harder or more challenging. I'm not gonna make it seem like that. But that's not a way to look at it. Look at it as growth. Look at it as character development. You can't be afraid to go through stuff in life if you ain't never had character development. Man, I see character development coming my way, man. Who? I'm looking like that. I'm trying to figure out where it's at. Where is the character development? Character development run from me. That motherfucker scared. Where he at? Where she at? I'm trying to find the character. I'm looking for the character development. That's the mindset you gotta have. Y'all motherfuckers ain't got that mindset. You be out here and you just be diddly daddling. Y'all just be diddly daddling, man. Give me 5 values right now. Health, sports, what? Who's people gonna say everything, right? Oh, I care about, I care about being right with God. I just I'm in the he's my savior. Look, are you giving me a story right now? What's some things as a person you changed? You know what I mean? Like you ain't gotta fill out my application or fill out my resume. You ain't gotta fill out my application or my resume. I'm not looking to hire nobody. I just want to know. Give me 5 values that is indistinctively, intrinsically identifiable to just you and only you. Most people can't give 5 core values. They say they'll say something where everybody saying y'all be saying what everybody else be saying. Everybody value that. Of course, everybody gonna value their health. Of course, everybody gonna value their mind or their spirit. You would think everybody would value their spirit. That ain't always the case neither. But this ain't what we talking about right now. We talking about the society values, as individual values. Society values is not the same as individual values. And that's a whole nother conversation. Because, you this, I'm supposed to let shit slide, ain't supposed to let certain, huh? Oh, well, we related and, you supposed to let stuff slide and, and then they got the nerve. Some people might feel like that's, he changing, he's sensitive. See, and then y'all be scared for people to say stuff like that about you. And then you don't do it. You be scared when somebody say something to you about something that you don't even value. You be scared about somebody. Like you cannot be afraid to out here be yourself. There's a lot of people talking about it now. It's more than people. It's more everybody talking about it than ever now. Y'all, why nobody ain't talking about how back then we wasn't seeing all these positive videos and all this back then? We wasn't seeing all of this. None of this was existing. None of this was existing. Y'all want to see? They'll try to put. We all know that they'll try to popularize, like make the negative popular before they were used to make the popular. And now we got everybody being positive now. At least in my energy, at least in my timelines and feedback. That's what I like to see. That's what I've been seeing lately. But I can't speak for everybody else. Shit, some people got a timeline with just negativity. Them be the motherfuckers y'all don't be paying attention for. What they be consuming, what they be eating, what people consume and eat, you become that too. What you become that too. You literally take choices every day to tell you who you are about yourself. And if you ain't happy with yourself, then why you make the same choices? And then you use the choices to reaffirm your belief. You use the choices to reaffirm your belief. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes for some of y'all gotta go relocate. You gotta relocate in another state. Sometimes cities can be acting like that with you. Sometimes places can be acting like that with you. Sometimes people can be acting like that with you. Try to pretend like you ain't there. And that's when you shine the most. You notice you ain't got no views like that. You got one live, one person. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nobody here consistently watching the live. That's when you go hard the most. That's when you plan. You become more strategic. You execute the most. Because you got to learn how to use your negative for the positive. Y'all still hearing me? Y'all still hearing me? Yeah. To you. Shout out to the people in the chat. Shout out to the people in the chat, man. You gotta stay on point. Life will easily throw curveballs at you. And if your feelings is always involved, your feelings is always in the midst, your feelings is always, you know what I'm saying? You not seeing the full perspective. How can you see the full perspective? How can you? You using somebody else's opinion. You using somebody else's opinion. How can you even know yourself? How can you know yourself? And you worry about somebody else's opinion and what they think of you. You worry about what they saying. And I used to be one of them people, man. Till I realized you can't make everybody happy. You can't please everybody. You can't satisfy everybody. You just can't take care of everybody. And you gotta have to accept that. Take it to the chin. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get out this live for y'all though. It's for 30 minutes. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And next time y'all join this live, you better bring me a plate. With that being said, I am